It'll probably surprise no one that Sailor Moon actually does very little physical fighting in this show. Which is no big shock. If she even raises her knee a centimeter to kick, she exposes her goodies to the world. Which in many parts of Japan, of course, is no big problem anyway. Most of the fight scenes require her being trapped or stuck in something for probably longer than is needed. But hey, anything to save on that action-packed detailed animation that we're just going to repeat anyway. In fact, the one you'll see most often next to the transformation sequence is her using a magic tiara which turns her enemies to dust. Or, in this case, the guy doing the magic act next door comes to save her, then allowing her to throw her goddamn tiara.
You must believe in yourself, Sailor Moon.
Tuxedo Mask, thank you!
Don't mention it.
This is Tuxedo Mask, and yes, it is painfully obvious who it really is. But please don't tell Serena, she's not very bright.
Others will test you. Do not be afraid.
What a hunky guy.
He's so dreamy, and not at all like that other guy who I hate so much. Thank God they have nothing in common and are two completely different people. Oh, hi, Clark. Get any new pictures of Superman lately?
Number 5. Anime. So here's a guy. Goes to a lot of proms, one must assume. And he lives in the bottom of the opera where he put a boomerang in his hat and turned an old Pasadena cat lady glasses into a mask. I deduce that he saved the day a lot. I may not speak Japanese, but I think I'm starting to get it. Okay, people who beg me to review Sailor Moon, I honestly know nothing about this series, nor do I particularly care, so I think I'm gonna have to outsource this one. Jesu Otaku.
I can see the obituary now. Cause of death, Digimon Tamers. Swear to God, this retrospect has been going on for 3 months.
Can you explain to me the appeal of this guy?
Tuxedo Mask? Well, he's a superhero that protects Sailor Moon and the Sailor Scouts when they're in trouble. He's a well-dressed, self-sacrificial archetype who's sexualized a lot more than your standard Disney prince, so yeah, I can see why he'd be a big nostalgic man crush.
Seems a little bit simplistic for our lot. Is he, like, tortured, or a bad boy, or...
Well, I think the thing most fangirls remember is the whole Prince Darien arc, where he was brainwashed and turned evil, and his hair was all tousled, and he had a cape, and he threw black roses, and Sailor Moon had to save him from being evil, so... I guess that might fit your archetype, huh?
Oh.
Evil is sexy, what can I say?
There you go. Anime. It exists, I guess.
Well, shall we start this review properly?
Why start now?
A little background.
In 1862, Victor Hugo published his magnum opus, the story of criminal-turned-saint Jean Valjean, with a title that can be roughly translated as The Miserable Ones, The Dispossessed, or even The Victims. Les Miserables was a worldwide commercial success, though initially a critical failure, with critics taking issue with the novel's many digressions, broad characters, and even, gasp, its revolutionary spirit. Sweeping book sales, in the next century and a half, Les Mis would become multiple film adaptations, a TV miniseries, a radio drama, a fighting game, okay, and a musical, which, well, go ahead, Paul.
The story of the 1832 June Rebellion in Paris was forever transformed in collective consciousness when Claude Michael Schoenberg and company decided that this tale would make a great musical and became known as one of the single greatest musicals of the late 20th century. Then Tom Hooper decided that this should become a blockbuster movie in 2012, and it became known as the single strangest execution of the 21st century, but that's not necessarily a bad thing.
So here's the plot. It's pretty dense, so I'll try to keep it concise. The story begins with Jean Valjean getting out of a 20-year prison sentence. No one will hire him because he's an ex-con, but then a bishop takes pity on him and he takes him in. But then Valjean steals the silver and he gets caught and he has to take it back to the bishop, who lies to the police to keep Valjean from going back to prison and gives Valjean the silver. And Valjean is just so touched by the gesture, he vows to change his life and leave his life of thieving and anger and hatred behind and becomes the nicest guy in France. And that's the prologue. And on to Act 1. I guess we came in from different perspectives. I am a huge fan of Les Mis, the musical and the book. And I've seen, well, I thought I'd seen most of the adaptations, but I guess I've seen most of the adaptations that are available, because it turns out there's like dozens. Literally dozens.
I saw the 1998 version with Liam Neeson, because she's always talking about Les Mis, so I figured I should see it. And I saw like a touring production with my family once when I was 14 here in Virginia Beach, so...
And you also sang in a montage.
Oh, right, yes.
One more day on my own.
One more day on my own. Why didn't they cast me? Better than Russell Crowe.
Well, I suppose this is as good a spot as ever to take a break.
But we have to do it in traditional Les Mis style.
How?
With a song big enough to bring people back, but not too big as to overshadow the final song.
Oh, you mean like...
One big song, big enough that we leave them all, but not so big that we blow our wall. Let's rock the viewers to the core, but leave them longing for one more big loud song. My heart is yours to take, though I know zero things about you.
Platypus Bunny!
Let's brave a short commercial break. I couldn't bear the weight without you. Time to show off my great voice.
It had 12 nipples and breathed fire.
La 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 la, you're the lady who...
It had the voice of James Earl Jones.
Maybe I'll be in this bar. When Cara can't be in this bar. Seriously? I will end you.
My email? Bangs.
Let's end.
For the memory.
Act 1.
At vampire.com.
Platypus Bunny! Where's the critic? I don't get it. Where in God's name did they go? Got my PhD so quickly, though I got it from Russell Crowe.
We don't need any more help with this review. I got it covered with my current crew. So kick your seat back and grab a couple beers. Watch this commercial with our voices ringing in your ears, singing this. One song big, big song one big song. One big song.
No, seriously. How much longer are we gonna do this?
Oh, I don't know, maybe. One day more, another day, another destiny. This never-ending road to Calvary. This man who seems to know my crime will surely come a second time. One day more.
I did not live until today. How can I live when we are parted?
One day more. Tomorrow you'll be worlds away. And yet with you my world has started.
One more day on my own.
Will we ever meet again?
One more day with him not caring.
I was born to be with you.
What a life I might have known.
And I swear I will be true.
But he never saw me there.
One more day before the storm.
Why follow where she goes?
At the barricades of freedom.
Shall I join my brothers there?
And the ranks begin to form.
Do I stay and do I dare?
Will you take your place with me?
The time is now. The day is here.
One day more.
One more day till revolution. We will nip it in the bud. We will take these f***ing schoolboys. They will wet themselves with blood.
Watch them run amok, catch them as they fall. Never know your luck when there's a free-for-all. Here a little dip, there a little touch. Most of them are goners, so they won't miss much.
One day too, I knew.
Raise the flag of freedom high.
Every man will be a king.
Every man will be a king.
There's a new world to be winning.
There's a new world to be won. Do you hear the people sing?
My place is here. I fight with you.
One day more.
I did not live until today.
One more day all on my own.
Catch them as they fall.
What a life I might have known.
Tomorrow we'll discover what our God in heaven has in store. One more dawn, one more day, one day more.
No, really, it's time for you to go.
Well, ever since I did my Princess Hate video, I kinda maybe sorta said I do bridge to Terabithia at some point. The responses have ranged from, oh boy, when are you gonna do that, to if you touch that timeless treasure, I will impale your testicles on a set of toothpicks. Ha! Joke's on you, I haven't felt any feelings out there because of scenes like this.
The term Disney princess has been around for a while, both in reference to the literal Disney princess as well as the archetype it represents. But in 2001, someone at the Disney company realized that this term was so ubiquitous that we might as well brand it and sell it. And sell it they did. Sales of Disney consumer products rose from 300 million in 2001 to 3 billion in 2006. 2009 looks to be somewhere in the neighborhood of 4 billion.